Well, Pernille Wiberg, surprising perhaps to see her in the top 6 after the first run. Started 20, so came all the way through the field with a bad start number. Skied the course very well, didn't let the ruts alter her position. So Wiberg, well, not regarded as a giant slalom specialist anymore, but I should remind you, the winner of an Olympic gold in this very discipline. And so she certainly has the talent to win any race she enters. Wiberg with a deficit of just over 2 seconds after the first run. Can she make that sort of time up on Compagnoni? I think it's unlikely. Well, she has a lead of 0.23 over the current leader, which is, of course, Urška Urvat of Slovenia. Wiberg looking good. She only had an advantage of a 10th, so she's opened up a little bit over the Slovenian. Wiberg, 2:10.34. She looks to be inside it. 2:09.92. Brilliant ski by the Swede. Well, she has a lead now of 0.4 of a second and looks very, very strong. Perhaps we'll see Wiberg on that podium going on to the inside ski. And too difficult to respond from that position, just can't get off the edges quick enough. And Martina Oertel's challenge just failing to materialize. She was in a very good position, but Anita Vactor of Austria now only 1:34 off the winning time for the first run. Winner, of course, here in 1991, the last giant slalom held on the Zwiesel hill on Mount Arber. So, well, that's a very healthy lead indeed, and she has 0.8 of a second advantage over Wiberg. But remember, she had 0.7 of an advantage on the top, so she's only opened it up by 1/10. Now, Wiberg very much likely to be the strongest skier on this bottom section. This is going to be desperately close. 2:09.92. Well, 0.3 of a second inside. So, Anita Vactor takes the lead. Well, that leaves just 2 skiers to go, so Anita Vactor now guaranteed a position on the podium. Next to go, it's Katja Seitzinger. Seitzinger was over 0.2 of a second faster than Vactor on the first run, so she takes a good advantage. 0.2 of a second, that's about the distance they'd cover around, 8 meters in that time, but Katja Seitzinger, her challenge comes to an early finish, and just to add insult to injury, she collides with the safety nets, and her ski then decides to collide with her, but she seems to be all right. We'll get a replay of that, no doubt. Now just watch carefully, see what happens. Okay, at this stage, still balanced. Well, she's thrown forward on that occasion. There's definitely a hole appeared in the piste, and Seitzinger, unfortunate, all her weight thrown over the front part of the ski. The automatic release binding is set off, and Vactor sets off down the course without her skis. But Seitzinger, now Deborah Compagnoni, her final preparation. Remember, a good lead of 1.34 over Anita Vactor. She's now got to hold on to that, so we'll watch the intermittent time. She needs to be at least a second ahead of the fastest intermittent time. That, of course, being set by Pernille Wiberg. So, Compagnoni, well, very steady on the top icy section. That's where they were finding it hard on the first run, but she was smooth on that and provided, well, she's now through the area that Katja Seitzinger had problems with. Maybe the hole has been filled in, but she's looking very convincing indeed. Well, just thrown off the edges, a little bit of shoulder rotation, but she recovers quickly. 1:46.03, the intermediate time. Remember, an advantage of 1:31. She's lost 0.2. She still has over 1 second to play with. Compagnoni of Italy looking very good indeed. skied hard on that first run, very aggressive, giving herself a comfortable margin for this second run. Still over a second to play with, and just a 50 meters or so to go. The time, 2:09. Well, 2:08.45. She's still over a second ahead. Compagnoni pulls it together on the bottom section and holds the speed. No doubt about the victor here. So, Compagnoni over